Now let's find the pair of complex numbers that actually make up the roots of this quadratic equation. Right? We know we can apply the quadratic formula which says that x is equal to minus b plus or minus the square root of, remember the discriminant, right? B squared minus 4 a is c. If this ends up being negative, then we do know that we have a pair of complex roots, right? All divided by 2 times a. So what this will end up being is, well, we know that b is -1. So we have negative of negative b, right? So I'll write it as negative of -1 plus or minus the square root of b again is -1, of course, all squared, minus 4 times a, it is 13, and c, it is 1, right? All divided by 2a, in which case we have 2 times the 13. And so this will evaluate to negative of -1. It is +1 plus or minus the square root of, well, we know 1 minus 52. It is -51, all divided by 2 times 13. It is 26. All right. We know that if you have the root of something, right, of a number, and we express the number as a product of two of its factors, we can actually split the root between those two factors. So to simplify this, we can actually say, hey, -51, right? It is technically the square root, right? The root of -51 is the square root of 51 times -1. All right. And so we can split the square root sign between those two, the 51 and the -1. Right? Of course, all divided by 26. This will end up being 1 plus or minus, we have the square root of 51, which will leave by itself there, and this will be times the square root of -1, right? What we just did was the root of a product is simply the product of the individual roots. Of course, all divided by 26. And we're almost done, right? Because here we have 1 plus or minus the root of 51, which is just a number. It's a coefficient of I in this case, because the root of -1 is simply I, right? And we have all divided by 26, in which case we can split it, right? To make it easier to visualize, we have 1 upon 26 plus or minus the root of 51 over 26, right? All times I. So this definitely is in the form A. Of course, we have plus or minus BI, which simply means the same as, A plus BI, which is our first complex root. And the other one, it is A minus BI, right? So 1 upon 26 plus root 51 over 26. That's the first one. And the second one is 1 over 26 minus the root of 51 upon 26. That's it.